I still cannot believe they did this. They allowed you to take items out of the trial mode and use them in the main game. You could not do this on the original Zodiac job system on PS2. I guess they said that, hey, having 2 jobs at once isn't easy enough. Let's make it even easier. Oh well. There's obviously a lot of stuff you can collect in the trial mode, but I'm only going to show the ones I personally really care about. And for starters, we're going to get this. The Karkata. Did I say that right? This was once called the Blood Sword 8. It always does confusion unless they're immune to it, of course. Very helpful against those fucking dragons inside the caves. Next up on stage 5, we have the Berserker Bracers, my favorite item in the entire game. There's a free one very early in the game, but you won't be able to get more until you reach the Pharaohs, and some of you might not want to wait that long. Moving on to stage 10, we have the Sword of the Kings. Unlike the original game, this sword can actually do some damage. You can obtain it very early in the game, and that can be your weapon for a very long time. And by the way guys, before we continue, most of the best items are indeed rare steals, so hang in there. Those of you who are new to FF12, for some reason, you might want to take note of this one. On stage 15, you can steal a shell shield from the Elder Worm. There are free ones in the main game, but if you're new to this game, you might have fucked up and sold them because you had no idea how useful it was against Yazamat. Moving on to stage 39, you can steal a Treaty Blade. And personally, I really love the design of this thing. This time around, not only does it do decent damage, but now it combos very often. Very strong weapon if you can get it early. Stage 42, you can steal a Cameo Belt. This item is very hard to get otherwise. Unfortunately, at this point, this is where the trial mode starts to get really difficult. But if you exploded the game after getting the Dawn Shard, like I did, you should be fine. In some stages, there are hidden monsters that have special conditions that need to be met in order for them to spawn. On stage 43, first you need to run all the way to the area where the chests are, and then run all the way back. This monster carries the Minerva Bustier, and it also carries the Mage Power Helmet. Normally, you cannot obtain this until around the time you reach the Pharaohs. One very important detail that I forgot to mention is that unfortunately, in order to keep the item you stole and use it in the main game, you have to actually win the current battle. So make sure you're strong enough to do that. On stage 45, you can steal the Maximilian. You normally can't obtain this until the second part of the Hemp Mines or by making it in the Bazaar. Of course, you can also get lucky and grab one in Nabadis. Moving on to stage 48, we have the Assassin Arrows. You can't normally get this until very late in the game, and it's extremely underrated. Very good for grinding. And now for the one that everybody really cares about. On stage 49, you can steal a ribbon. In all honesty, playing the trial mode over and over again up to stage 49 just to obtain multiple ribbons is not a bad idea at all. I'll do it. There's no reason not to. This item is extremely difficult to get in the main game. And trust me, you really need this thing. Now this one is simply outrageous. On stage 50, you can steal the Worm Hero Blade. Yes, Worm Hero Blade. Boy, am I going to have some fun with Hell Worm. Finally, we can actually kill things with it. No more fishing. That shit's annoying as hell. Stage 51 and above, the difficulty really ranks up. But if you made it this far, you should be okay for a little while longer. On stage 54, you can steal Black Robes and the Crown of Laurels. But you can actually make both of these in the Bazaar after the Dawn Shard, which is one of the reasons why I made it this far at this point of the game. Stage 55, you can steal the Artemis Bow. You normally can't get this until you reach the Feywood, and unfortunately, the loot's pretty difficult to get. Now this one is really good. On stage 60, you can steal a Brave Suit. Normally you can't get this until the second part of the Hemp Mines or by spawning a rare chest in the Selby Step. Fuck that. Don't kill these guys just yet. Use your diamond armlet, open up this chest, and get another set of assassin arrows. And now we finally have stage 64. This is the sole reason why I am exploding the trial mode right now. On this stage, you can steal the Ultima Blade and the Excalibur, my favorite weapon in the entire game. Unfortunately, just like all of these, it is a rare steal, but I don't care. I am going to get 2 of these right now. At this point, you might have all your berserkers, but if for some reason you don't, you can get one here. Use your diamond armlet. On stage 71, just by looking at them, naturally, you know exactly where this is going. Here, you can steal Artemis arrows, the Sagittarius bow, and the Danusha bow? Did I say that right? In the original international version, this was once called the Sagittarius A, which is now the strongest bow in the game. Not counting the Zodiac bow, of course. And trust me, this thing is a pain in the ass to make in the bazaar because of the moon rings. Really, you're probably better off getting it this way. On stage 72, here we have the Masa Moon. But don't forget that unfortunately, you have to actually win the battle. And I'm sure you all know this by now, but the Avenger can be pretty difficult. Do you have any idea how many tries it took me to get this one on the camera? On stage 81, you can steal a circlet from Zeromus here. Now normally I would indeed go out of my way to put this stuff on the camera, but unfortunately in this case I'm gonna have to make an exception. This fight is, in my opinion, the second hardest fight in the entire game. It is not a joke. You will get your ass handed to you here. At this point of the game, there's only one way I can win, by spamming Scathe motes. I do have a dark matter, but I'm gonna save that for the judges. Elsa here is extremely annoying. Take her out first. You can try your luck and steal the strongest gun from her, but unfortunately the game decided to be a dick. Ricky here hits very hard and he has no weight on his commands. He will kill you extremely fast. You can try stealing the strongest one-hand sword from this guy, but in all honesty, I'm just happy to make it out of this battle alive. On stage 88, you can steal the 90 evasion shield from Disma. I can't pronounce it, so I'm not gonna try. But don't forget, you have to actually win the battle. Disma can kiss my ass. This guy is not a joke. And finally, on stage 90, the Behemoth King. This guy has the Grand Helmet and the Grand Armor. Somehow, I managed to steal both of these. And then I died. Yep, I had to steal this thing twice. But with a little luck and patience, I managed to take this guy down. Well guys, unfortunately, this is where the video ends. Stage 91 and above, you can definitely get some really good stuff, but unfortunately, I don't have the necessary stats nor the abilities to survive that hell. I'm actually surprised that I made it this far at this point of the game. The fact that we can now pick 2 jobs has something to do with it. I told you that shit was overpowered. So, I really want to know just what the hell was going on in Square's brains when they said we are going to allow you guys to take items out of the trial mode and use them in the main game. Perhaps it's because all the best items are rare steals. Maybe they didn't think that someone would actually take time to exploit this. Only a complete nerd with no life outside of his video games would take time to do this, let alone get it on camera. Oh fuck, what does that make me? Thank you for watching guys, and I will see you later. Take it easy.